Have you ever felt like you're too ordinary to ever become someone great? What if I told you, heroes aren't born in a single moment. They're built quietly, one small choice at a time. Today, I want to tell you about Arjun. Not a soldier, not a celebrity. Just a boy from a small town with tired eyes and worn-out shoes. Arjun lived in a village where dreams often got buried under bills and broken promises. His father worked long hours at a brick kiln. His mother stitched clothes late into the night. And Arjun? He was just trying to pass his school exams, barely. He wasn't the smartest kid, not the fastest, not the loudest, but he had one thing. Most people didn't notice. Every morning, before the sun even peeked over the hills, Arjun would sit under the old neem tree with a tattered notebook. No phone, no music, just him, and 10 pages of math problems. Why? Because the night before, his teacher had said, "You'll never pass the entrance exam for the city college. Kids like you don't make it." Those words stung. But instead of crying, Arjun made a choice, not a big speech, not a dramatic vow, just a quiet whisper to himself. "I'll try again tomorrow." And he did. Day after day, he showed up, rain or shine, fever or fatigue. While his friends played cricket after school, Arjun walked to the public library 2 miles away, carrying a lunchbox with 1 roti and a boiled egg. Some days, he failed, badly. He'd stare at a problem for an hour and still get it wrong. He'd come home, shoulders slumped, wondering if it was all pointless. But then, he'd remember his mother's hands, rough from needle pricks, and his father's cough from breathing brick dust all day. And that night, he'd sharpen his pencil again. Now, here's what no one saw. While the world celebrated loud victories, gold medals, viral fame, instant success, Arjun was winning a different kind of war. The war inside himself, the war between "I'm tired" and just one more page, between "it's too hard" and "what if I try it differently?" One winter morning, the village woke to freezing fog. Most kids stayed in bed. But Arjun? He wrapped his notebook in plastic, tucked it under his sweater, and walked to the neem tree anyway. His fingers were numb. His breath came out in white clouds, but he solved 3 problems before sunrise. That same week, his teacher handed back a test. Arjun's paper had a red 92% at the top. The room went quiet. Even the boys who laughed at him stared in silence, but Arjun didn't smile. Not yet, because he knew this wasn't the finish line. It was just proof that his daily choice was working. Months passed. The entrance exam day arrived. Arjun took the bus to the city, wearing his only clean shirt, shoes patched with glue. He sat in a hall full of confident kids from fancy schools. They had calculators, highlighters, fancy watches. He had a pencil. And the quiet strength of 365 mornings under a tree. When results came out, Arjun's name wasn't at the top, but it was there. He'd made it. One of only 2 students from his entire district to get into the city college. His village threw a small celebration. His parents cried. Happy tears for the first time in years. But the real moment, the one that changed everything, happened a year later. Arjun was home for summer break. A little boy, maybe 10 years old, stood outside his gate, holding a math book. "Bhaiya," the boy whispered. "They say you failed class 9 twice, but now you're in college. How?" Arjun looked at him and saw himself, tired, doubtful, hoping for a miracle. He didn't talk about talent or luck. He just said, "I chose to show up, even when I didn't feel like it." And right then, Arjun realized something. He wasn't just a student anymore. He'd become someone's hope. That's when it hit him. Heroes aren't made in stadiums or headlines. They're made in the quiet moments. when no one's watching, when you choose discipline over distraction, when you pick up the book instead of the phone, when you say not today to excuses and yes to your future. You don't need a cape. You don't need applause. You just need to make that one small choice again and again. Maybe today you're tired. Maybe you failed yesterday. But what if tomorrow you show up anyway? Because greatness isn't a lightning strike. It's a slow burn built by the daily choice to keep going. So ask yourself tonight, what's my neem tree? What's the one thing I can do every single day that moves me closer to who I want to become? It might be writing one page, running one lap, saving one coin, saying no to one distraction. Do it quietly, do it consistently, and one day, without fanfare, you'll look back and realize you didn't just change your life. You became someone else's hero.